KOFA app. Stay tuned for What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter. It's 10 o'clock.
There is so much advice about decluttering, like the Marie Kondo method, where you ask yourself, does this item spark joy? Well, donating a vehicle that you don't need anymore to KAWC and Border Radio is an easy way to help us bring you the programs that bring you joy. And it's a great way to declutter. Learn more at kawc.org.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter, and on today's program, we are joined first by Isaac Liggett. He is from the Yuma Southwest Contractors Association, as well as Liggett Electric, and we're going to talk to him about the importance of education and career and trades, as well as Courtney Fisher Sellers. He has two last names. That's how important she is. We're going to talk to her about mostly muffins transitioning into Desert Buzz Café, and I think she brought some goodies for us. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM
and streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget that you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma?
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Emily Morasso.
Yes, she joins us again. Wow, we're what a treat. You were here last week, and
I thought I did a really bad job last week.
No,
so when you asked me to come back, I was like, okay, let's try it again.
Yeah, practice. That's all it takes, But no, you did good. You did good.
Thanks.
We are also here now joined by Isaac Liggett from Liggett Electric. Is it electrical or?
Liggett Electrical Services.
Okay, cool. All right. And also, and I'm going to get this right because I wrote it down on the paper, Yuma Southwest Contractors Association. That's a very long name.
Good job.
He's like, yeah, I didn't come up with it. I'm just on the...
YSWCA.
There you go. There you go. So we like to get to know our guests. So we're going to kind of dive into who is Isaac. But before that, is that like a board? Is it like positions? What is that exactly?
Yeah, so there's 12 of us to sit on the board. I'm the vice president.
You're the vice president. Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks. Stacy Green Todd, she's the president this year. But yeah, it sits on the board. We basically try to facilitate all contractors. We're kind of like the middleman for all contractors to help either subcontractors, general contractors, contractors coming from out of town, into town, and try to help bridge the gap from the owners of the facilities that need built or worked on, and then all the contractors and subs.
Yeah, I was an electrician. We talked a little bit about it off air. We actually worked together years and years ago. But I remember going there when I need to get plans.
Yes.
Because the drawings, I should say, if people on radio don't know what plans are, but yeah, because you would have like a really big printer in there and be able to print them out. Is that still the case?
Yeah, we have like 3 printers that, so we're constantly printing plans. That's, I guess, one of the main things that we do in the office. There's 3 employees. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 employees in there, and they print plans. So engineer will send plans, or sub, or general contractor, and we'll print them out for them.
Mm-hmm. So let's get to know you a little bit. You were born in Ventura, is that correct?
Yeah, Ventura, California.
And then when did you make your way this way?
I was like a 1-year-old.
No, you don't even remember. It's like, you didn't crawl here. Your parents brought you here. Yeah. And so you basically grew up here in Yuma?
Yes, pretty much my whole life.
What was the schools? Where were the hood? What body?
So Pecan Grove. Pecan Grove was my first. Actually, Ellisburn first grade, and then Pecan Grove, and then 4th Avenue Junior High, and then Yuma High School.
All right. So
criminal.
So when you were young, did you want to become an electrician? Was there some kind of background or anything that I know you wanted to hang out and be in the dunes all day, but what besides,
my electrical, I tell everyone that when I tell the story, I'm like, I just fell into it.
You fell into it?
I literally fell into
Yo
it.
también.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah. I had zero clue what I wanted to do after high school. Zero. Like I Counselors would talk to
okay,
me. I didn't know anything.
You have to have something, a little bit like what you know.
Okay, well, I wanted to make money and play at the sand dunes. That's my motivation, right?
I knew it. So it's like, however I can make money and then go play in the sand dunes, you're good.
Yeah. However I could afford to buy a Tatum sand car. That was always my dream as of 15 years old. So
okay, did you get it?
Yes.
Your dream happened? Oh, man.
At 36 years old. So
36, you
it
finally got it.
It didn't happen overnight, but you know what? At 36, I was able to afford one.
Okay, so you said you're younger and really no direction. So how did it end up electrical? Was there like somebody hiring? You know, because when I started in electrical, actually I started in low voltage. So I kind of lucked out. I actually was able to do stuff that wasn't digging in a field with a shovel. But so I'm starting out doing that, doing the low voltage work. But then when it became time to actually become an electrician, I'm like, oh, cool, I could become an electrician. Now it's like, here's a shovel and that's a trench and we got to dig it all the way over there. And I'm like, this isn't electrical work. So how did it start with you?
So I got in trouble when I was younger, and I was working at the movie theater when I was 18. And so my probation officer at the time, they told me, you got to find a full-time job. Got in the paper, and Pilkington Construction was hiring.
Okay.
So I started there as a laborer. And I was Superior Courthouse. That was being constructed. So I started there, and I moved up quick, like within 3 months. I moved up fast.
Moved up quick within Pilkington.
With Pilkington as a laborer.
And at that time, what was Pilkington doing? What were they known for? Because I've known they've grown since then, but what was the...
Well, at that point, we were building Superior Courthouse. I don't know what else.
But they were like the GM?
General contractors.
General contractors?
Yeah.
Okay.
The main general contractors.
Okay.
So it was their project. And I was helping this guy, and I think him forever, is Robert Trujillo. He told me, he's like, hey kid, he's like, didn't you graduate high school? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm working. And he goes, no man, he goes, you got potential, you could do something, you need to learn a trade. And I was like, all right.
So you were just doing general stuff then too?
Yeah, like breaking concrete, sweeping, picking up trash.
Just
straight labor.
That's how you start into
character.
it.
Yeah. So literally, but I busted my butt. Like anywhere I've worked, I've always worked hard.
You did it, and then somebody noticed, like, okay, he sweeps differently, which is true. Like that's a thing. When you go in there and you have a different attitude, what you bring to it, even though it's like sometimes monotonous work or whatever, and you're doing the stuff obviously nobody else wants to do, but you can shine in it, and obviously you did.
Yeah. So he told me, fine, go talk to other trades, ask them, we'll see what you like. And I was like, all right. So went to the plumbers. I was like, nah, this is pretty messy. I'm good on that.
Yeah, no.
And then I went to the HVAC guy, and he was a real scruffy, not clean guy. And I was like, I'm good.
No.
And then I went and talked to these two electricians, Mark Wright and Marshall Benedict. I was talking to them one day, and they're like, hey, I was just like, hey, what can you guys offer or whatever? And they're like, really, you want to try this? I'm like, absolutely. I want to see what's about. And they told me a quick spiel, and that was actually in the Union Local 570 at that time. So they told me about it.
Was it Holbrook or something?
Yeah, Holbrook Electric.
Oh, okay.
Holbrook Electric. So I was like, anyway, they gave me that little spiel, and they're like, hey, well, go talk to our foreman. And I was like, okay, I'll talk to him. And then, like, I think it was that day or the next morning, Dan Henderson was a foreman. He came up to me. He's like, hey, I heard you wanted, we're asking questions about it. I was, yeah, I'm thinking about it, and he goes, man, I've seen you work around here. He goes, you want a job? I'll hire you. And I was like,
so he's seen you too.
Oh, yeah.
So you have one gentleman that recognizes and says you need to go talk to the trades, and that's something that is important to you. That's what you want to talk about today. We're going to get to that. And so he says it, you go do it, and this other gentleman who has the power to control and hire you says, I've seen it. Let's jump aboard.
Yeah. So he said, he goes, man, I see you. He goes, I've never seen you take breaks. He goes, you just work. And I go, well, I'm not getting paid to do that. And he goes, yeah, but you're different. I was like,
yeah, you're not chilling on the porta potty outside, going through your iPod back in the day,
Yeah, that's true. It is iPod back then.
Yeah, it was iPod back then. Yeah, but so he notices it. You go over there. What was your first job for, or inside of the electrical world?
So once I got into electrical, like you said, there was a trench that needed to be done.
Oh my God.
So I started trenching with this other electrician, and we trenched here, there, all around the whole Superior Courthouse area, and that was like my first week, 2 weeks, and then after that, I started learning how to bend conduit.
So were you pretty good at bending conduit? Did that come naturally
dude,
to you?
I was horrible. At
You were
first.
horrible?
Oh man, I didn't even know what the connectors, couplings, one-hole straps. I didn't know any of that.
What
stuff.
about like the math stuff about it? Like, you know what I mean? Doing the
So you know what's funny about that? I was horrible at math in high school, like horrible. I was good in English, bad at math. Now math is like second nature.
Really?
It's like.
So you tackled that beast, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I'm going to learn this.
Yeah.
Because you have to know math, like an electrical. Yeah.
Everything's math, 100%.
You know, so I just got to say, I hated bending conduit. I hated it. I just want to like get artistic with it and do this. And they were like, no, this is what the code says. This is what you have to do. You have to obey these rules. It's like, I don't like rules. I'm going to go do radio. I'm out of here. You know, so you started to pick up on it.
Yeah. I started to pick up on it, and I at night I would go home and like look up stuff, and I've got little Uglies book.
You got
and
the
I would
Uglies.
cheat,
Yeah.
you know?
You're bringing back memories for me. Yeah. Yeah. Go get your Uglies.
Yeah, that was before the apps. Now I got an app, but
It was a little yellow book,
yep.
right? With like, I think red on it. Yeah.
Little $15 book at Home Depot.
So you got the book, then you started to, not only when you're on the job doing a good job, at home you're doing your research.
Yes. So through all that whole time, I was a waiter at night in the evening. So I was waiting, and then
You had two jobs?
Yeah, I've always had two jobs since I was like 15.
My goodness.
Yeah, so-
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing two jobs. You're doing that. You're doing the wait staff, and then you go home, and then you open the Uglies.
Yeah. So on my days off.
Okay.
I wouldn't be, I mean, most days I did work, but like on my day off, then I would study that. Yeah. Or if I had like an hour in between or something, I'd always try to put one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. So I'd study or however I can better myself.
So when you're at Holbrook, how far did you work up to at Holbrook? Was there like a career path there that you worked up to, or?
Yeah. I mean, I was still under. I still had a journeyman. I always worked under a journeyman, but I was had certain tasks that I did on my own towards the end. And we did border patrol the Yuma sector and all that of a chase block, and that was all me and a couple other all kinds of underground conduits. So I always had all that kind of stuff. And then I ended up traveling for a little bit
with them.
No, I left Holbrook and then I went to this other company and I traveled all over the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that like?
Oh man, living in a hotel is not for the weak, for sure. I at that time I was dating my wife Alexis, so it sucked being not home. Yeah. So I did that for a couple months and I didn't like it.
What company was it? Just
it was a Parish Electric.
Okay,
out of Phoenix City, Alabama.
And they obviously, people might not know, you get per diem, you get some money to travel, they get the hotels and stuff like that. Sometimes you get more, more pay depending on the job. So it sounds fun, and then you go over there and you're like, I miss home.
Yeah. So and the reason why I went, I when I was at Holbrook, I broke my leg on my dirt bike. At the sand dunes.
Sand dunes. Yeah.
And so I had to catch up my bills. So I not working for 4 months, it catches up to you.
Okay. So you did that. How'd you end up at Delta, where I met you?
So Delta. So I came back to town, and then Delta was hiring, and I think how did I find that? I probably just in the nauspapers.
Yeah, just
or something.
And
they were doing the hospital at the time, and so then I started there, and I've always looked young, so Augie was his name, was the super, the big boss, and he tasked me to do something because I had the resume. They make you test over there.
Yeah.
So I tested, and he was like, he didn't believe how I tested.
He's like, how'd this 13-year-old kid get this? Yeah.
So then he put me through a couple tests, like first couple days, and then I think like the third, fourth day, he goes, how old are you? And I don't remember how old I was, like 21, 22 or something. And he goes, are you sure? He goes, are you sure you got this much experience? And I was like, yeah. I go, am I showing you an eye? He's like, no, you are, but it's just weird.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, and I think we ended up meeting when they started doing the library.
The library.
Doing the library. But so he recognized. And when did you become a journeyman? When was you?
I would say when I was at Delta.
At Delta?
Yeah, because Yeah, I would say at Delta. That's when I had the 4 years and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think every electrician should work for Delta, or at least for Augie. He has to come back. It was like, to me, it was like electrical boot camp.
Oh yes,
It wasn't just being an electrician. It wasn't just. I remember him, like, if you had your tool belt off, he'll send people home. Like, he'll just catch you. You take it off real quick, and it's like, go home.
We needed that for like our apprentices back in San Diego.
So that's. I mean, I attribute. I mean, I've always had a hard work ethic. My mom rode a bicycle to her 3 waitress jobs, so I contribute hard work ethic because of that. But I had great journeymen, and they're
very
rough.
important.
They were rough and hard on me, but and maybe I felt a little certain way when I was an 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid. But now, in retrospect, I mean, they did me a solid.
Do you want to give a shout out to any of those journeymen real quick? Any names that come to mind?
Yeah. Ben Boggs. Boggs. He still lives over there by my old house. Rather Weathersby's passed away now, but he was awesome. And then Charlie Enchindia. I think he works for Holbrook now still. But yeah, those 3. And then they were. But yeah, mostly Ben. He's an honorary guy, but he's awesome.
Oh,
honestly, he's awesome. But yeah, and then I don't remember his last name, but Al. Everyone said, "Oh man, he's so honored." He's passed away now. But
yeah, oh my goodness, Pastor. So I just got to get while we're doing this, shout out Ray Cedillo. He was the journeyman that I learned under, and it's cool when somebody would say, "Hey, come here, I'm gonna take you under my wing." It kind of feels good, and then that's what he did. And we ended up traveling together, me and him. We would go places, me, him, and another guy, and we did different places. We did the mall in El Centro, the J.C. Penney's part of it, and the whole mall, and worked with him for a long time, but he kind of took me under his wing and taught me a bunch of stuff, and was willing to do it. And so that's a special moment, or like somebody, you remember those names, right? And there's a reason why I'm talking about this, because on the other side of the break, we're going to take a break. Now you're that guy.
Yeah,
you're that guy, and you when I reached out, you said this is important to me, these things. So you're going to be that guy, that journeyman that's going to help people come up, and you have your own company. So I'm going to take a break real quick, and on the other side of the break, we're going to find out how you do that and how you implement those things. All right,
sounds good.
All right, we're going to do that after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Yuma Southwest Contractors Association is hosting its Career and Trades Expo from 9 to 2 on March 3rd and 4th at the Yuma County Fairgrounds. Open to middle and high school students, the event will provide hands-on trades experience and opportunities to explore career options within our community. Details at yswca.com.
You're tuned to 94.7 FM. I'm Juan Garcia from the KWC Newsroom. The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny with a high near 86. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 55. In this week's Arizona edition, KWC follows high school student walkouts, Attitude Pro Wrestling, and the sacrifices parents make so their kids can be first-generation college students. You can listen to Arizona edition on the KWC app and at kawc.org. Stay tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez.
And I'm Sajay Barcenas. In this new episode, we'll be talking about first-generation students.
I am proud of being a first-generation student.
I'm representing my family name quite well in doing this.
Being a first-generation college student myself, I struggled a lot because I didn't ask for help.
A new energy with the same mission.
To give students a voice.
Bopping to the new beats heard around the world, or relaxing to the tunes of memory lane. We are your non-commercial source of music. Run by volunteer hosts, this is KOFA Border Radio, 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the KOFA app, or at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We're here speaking with Isaac, and he took us on a journey to learning under a journeyman, but now he's on the other side of that. He's a journeyman, and he owns his own company, so I want to talk a little bit about that now. So now you're the man, right? You're the man, and quick question. Do you send people home if they don't have their tool belt on? Do you do it like Augie? Are you that?
So
wow, he's smiling. He might, does he?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
This is so look, this is a business.
Yeah.
You gotta earn the business money, period. I mean, this is a business. It's not a charity. I do charity work.
Yeah.
Liggett Electrical.
Charity's over here. Liggett's over here. Yeah, you're good to go.
Well, we're contracted by the customer.
Uh-huh.
I got to give them a certain price.
Yeah.
Right. And if
and that price is reflective of what you put in. Like, okay, this time, this is how we're going to do it. This much material.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have my guys for the. And if it doesn't end up that way, you become a charity, and you're not doing that. So go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, I like to make money for Liggett Electrical for my personal charity stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Liggett Electrical has got to be profitable. I mean, at the end of the day, so if people are slacking and not doing their job, then yeah, it's not a
yeah, absolutely.
The trades aren't easy.
No,
I mean, trust me, it's not.
No, they're not easy. That's why I'm not there anymore. No, now radio's not easy either. But so then you go. When did you say I want to become my own boss?
My wife and Alexis, we've always had ambition to be owners of something. Like when we started dating, we wanted a business. We didn't know what, and when I broke my leg, I tell you I broke my leg. During those 4 months I was off, I actually went to school for like a machine shop over at the college with like Napa with RC and all that stuff. Like I was like, maybe I'll do a machine shop. Then I even tested for Border Patrol and doing law enforcement and stuff, and nothing. I was like, no, just like electrical.
Wow.
So yeah, I thought I wanted something different, but no,
so then you said you wanted to be a business owner, but then it's a risk and it's scary. But so what was that like? A conversation you and your wife?
So yeah, we had a wife. I mean, we had conversations, my wife and I. We didn't know what, but through time, I've always had two jobs. Well, once I started working at YPG, it was hard for me to have a second job. So on the weekends or anytime I did have off, I would do side jobs, right? And then I ended up transferring to the Marine base, and then I had more time because I didn't have to drive so far. So after work, I would do a bunch of side jobs. Well, then I started fixing other contractors' work. So I was like, hey, wait a minute, I'm just Joe Schmo, and I'm doing the same thing that they're charging for, and probably more than me, because I'm just Joe Schmo, right? I don't have a license, I don't have insurance, bonds, nothing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a contractor. And actually, one of my customers, I'm gonna throw his name out, Chris Bort. He was like, hey kid, he's like, why don't you get a license? I was like, I think I'm going to, man. And he actually bought me my first company van.
Oh wow!
That customer, yeah.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Gosh.
So obviously you're doing good work. Somebody that wants to invest in you with that type, not just saying like, hey, you should go do this, but here you should go do it, and here's a vehicle.
Yeah.
And so you're doing it. You take the risk. How long have you been in business now?
I've been in business 11 years. June will be 12. So
June will be 12. So then how did you take that?
So I, like I said, I was always doing side jobs. Yeah. And then finally I asked my boss if I could take a week off so I can study to take the test. And I got all my W-2s, all that stuff together, all the stuff to become a contractor. And I had a retirement from YPG. Pulled that. It was like $3,300. Pulled that, and then I spent that money to get all my licenses, bonds, all that stuff. So pulled my retirement to get a business, a risk. And
there you go. You're putting something into it, another risk. It's like stuff you better make it, but your work ethic inside, so you're going to do it deep down inside. But
there's not one single quit in my body. So it was. Let's do it. So I did it, and I took like a week off from my full-time job and got my licenses and took a test, and I passed the one because there's two tests. There's a skills test and then a law test. So I passed my law test, and then the skills test is a lot longer, a lot bigger. And actually that one I took at YPIC here in town on 16th Street when they used to do it there. I don't know if they still do it there, but that was a cool feeling when I took that test, and I passed both of them my first time. So that was cool.
That's awesome, man.
That was super cool to do that because I talked to the other contractors like, what, your first time you passed it? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's very rare.
We took it 2-3 times.
Yep.
So I really wanted it, and I studied. I worked my butt off, and I had a what I wanted to do.
And you mentioned YPIC, and one of the things I want to talk about, and you wanted to talk about, is importance of people getting into the trades, right? Finding that, and then you had mentioned off air that you go and speak at YPIC, or at least to a group of kids or a group of people that are out there. Go ahead, explain it. But
so it's YPIC has like the last chance school there, and so there's a group of business owners that they go and talk once a year. It's called Career Day, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we go and we just talk about. I mean, everyone could talk about how they want to talk about it, but me personally, the way I talk about it is my journey, and so their last minute maybe or the last chance, so maybe they've had issues come up, family life, personal life, whatever, and I explained to them the way I came, and
right. And you mentioned earlier that you had a probation officer, you got in some trouble, right?
Yeah.
And so, and that's real. And people won't obviously if they see you now, they won't see that, right?
Yeah.
But that was a part of your past. But you're letting them know, like, hey, this last chance is not your only chance. But.
I so like, hey, I was in your shoes too, and a lot of kids they're like, yeah, right, whatever. You got a business, you're doing good. You can't relate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, yes. Mm-hmm. And that's what's great about America. We can change our lives. We can do a lot. I mean, as long as you have that work ethic and you want that can-do attitude, and I think number one is that attitude. But there's a lot of circumstances there. If you let it hold you down, it's gonna hold you down. But as long as you want to do it and succeed, I think anything's possible.
So how do you bring that to Liggett? How do you bring that to your crew? And
honestly, I show them by example. There's been plenty of times where. Couple of the guys think they're faster or hotter than whatever. I got.
Oh, you put on the tool belt?
Heck yeah!
Oh man, that's
dude.
what's up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's for one thing, there's a can't is not in anyone's vocabulary. Shouldn't be, and especially anyone at any of my employees know that there's no can't. It's how can we figure this out?
Yeah.
There's no can't. It's who are you gonna call, the other electrician then? Like what do we can't?
Yeah.
So I think lead by example, 100%. And if you ask any of my guys, they'll tell you, oh, yeah, Isaac's freaking. He could do it.
Yeah, I got to see if there's any Facebook or Instagram video of you putting on the tool belt. Like, I'm going to show you guys real quick and go over there and do it. But yeah, you said lead by example. So you're showing them. And does it feel good, rewarding that you're seeing people come up? And because I know it's not everybody that takes on that philosophy of there's no can't, but there has to be a few that really rise and shine.
Yeah. This one kid, so I worked with his dad. I've known his dad forever since he's young. His name is, the dad's Kevin Hunt. And then the son is actually Kevin Hunt too. Yeah. So Kevin Hunt. And so this kid, he was a delivery boy at Du Bois. When I stole him and came to work, he came to work for me.
Yeah, cool.
And he completely green, never knew, I mean, he worked with his dad, so he had the work ethic because his dad and stuff, but completely green. And now I saw him a couple months ago where we worked the Marine base, and he's an electrician at the Marine base now. I mean, like, you know what I mean? From delivery boy to see him to go to that's awesome. And there's
compliment to you.
Yeah, I mean, and his hard work too. But yeah, I mean, if there's not a journeyman, like you said, to take these kids under the wing, then we're gonna keep going dwindling down. I mean, we're short at least 100,000 electricians here in Arizona, all Intel.
Really?
Yeah, it's even more than that. I can't tell you the exact number, but yeah, that's how many electricians we're short just in Arizona.
Wow. And what about here in Yuma? There's
huge shortage.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely.
So everybody's fighting to get that talent. And
yes.
Oh, wow. So then you're doing that. You're implementing it by throwing on the tool belt and showing everybody you're faster and better. But so creating that culture, very important. But what about somebody that's wanting to start in the trades? Somebody that's listening to this right now, like maybe I should take that path. What are some good advice or a pathway for them?
I mean, for one, here at the college, they have a apprenticeship program with Bruce Carroll, and then that's typically you could get a scholarship for that. And then there's a couple of us sit on the board and we'll do the interviews and whatnot.
What board is it? Is it a different board?
It's I can't tell you. It's I think Travis Duran, I believe, is on it. I'm on it. A couple other. I think Weld Like a Girl, the owner.
Oh yeah. Okay,
she's awesome. On it. Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll come and do an interview to get into the apprenticeship. It's a 4-year apprenticeship. It's a commitment. So we got to make sure that you really want it, not just doing it for the credit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not easy, you know. So if you want easy, I don't know what else you could do. But something else is easier.
When you're saying that would come to my head is what my journeyman would always say. If it was easy, your mom would be out here doing it. You know, that's what he always told me. That's what It's like that was the thing. Like, no, I was like, it's like, damn it, you're right. Yeah, you know, I got to do it. He's like, suck it up and go do it. You know,
I mean,
make it happen.
It's hard work, but man, it's definitely rewarding for sure. I mean, I'm extremely blessed. 21 years in the trade now, and I look back at it. It's all great. It's all been awesome.
Mm-hmm. So how does this intersect with your work at the Yuma Contractors?
So Yuma Southwest Contractors Association, we do a thing called Career and Trades Experience at the fairgrounds every year. We had last year it was 2,200 students show up. Wow. It's all junior highs, high schools. So we have all the kids come, and then we have a bunch of other contractors that they sign up, and then they have booths, and they have booths that they can. It's hands-on experience. We'll have kids making up a three-way switch with a light and stuff like that. Polar will have them sweating some pipes, soldering. Ram Pipe has them doing PECs and like plumbing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's all about is getting kids in front of it and learning something that maybe they like find interesting.
Yeah,
find a
so
spark.
like one of them, right? Like you said, you found the spark with the electrical, and then another kid would find the spark with doing the plumbing. I don't know why they would do that, but yeah. My dad was a plumber out here. Really? Yeah, he was a plumber out here at AWC. But so I tease, but and so you're giving them the opportunity to kind of see which way and what route.
Yeah, maybe they didn't know they had those options. So we're trying to show them in your face here, man. Check this out. Maybe you might like it. And there's something different than you got to go to college. You got to go to this. You got to go to that. Like, look, man, if you like working with your hands, look, this is something you can do.
And trades, the trades are very important. And like you mentioned, just you alone, you started off with sweeping, doing this stuff for Pilkington, and now you're your own boss, right? Mm-hmm. Now I got to let you go to this so you can go get work done so you can spend the weekend at the dunes, So you get to do that. You get to call the shots. And what kid doesn't want to do that when they're young, right? It's like one day you could call the shots. I've been in trouble. I've this, that. It's like it doesn't matter. I was there too. Yeah. It depends on how you hold that broom and what passion you sweep with. Yep. And they recognize, this one isn't taking a break. There's something different. He could, if he wanted to, he could slack off, but he's not. Hey, come over here. Yeah, make some more money. And that money gets bigger and bigger, right? The more tasks you take on.
Absolutely. More risk comes more reward.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for being with us and telling your story. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And with that, we are going to take a break. We'll be back with Courtney Fisher Sellers from Desert Buzz Café right here. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a Mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel. The Yuma Police Department confirmed a man was arrested Tuesday during a student-led protest against immigration and customs enforcement. YPD said a 55-year-old man, Guy Andrew Manteau, allegedly brandished a knife at a group of students protesting outside a Starbucks near 4th Avenue and 16th Street. Officers who were already in the area monitoring the crowd arrested Manteau and booked him into the Yuma County Jail. He's facing 4 charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and disorderly conduct involving a weapon. Manteau is being held on a $50,000 bond. The incident has raised concerns with community members. There's a community letter circulating online asking for signatures and urging city prosecutors to handle the case with seriousness. YPD says there was no injuries reported. For KAWC News, I'm Alexandra Rangel.
The territorial chapter of the American Business Women's Association hosts its annual Women's Expo from 8 to 2 on Saturday, March 28th at the Yuma Civic Center. The event brings women together to explore local businesses, enjoy interactive activities, and treat themselves to something new. Details at abwaYumaAZ.org.
Bad Bunny, Pink Pantherist, Tame Impala, 17, Carlos Vives. Those are just some of the artists who played an NPR Tiny Desk concert last year. Could you be next? Enter the Tiny Desk contest by February 9th. The winner will play their own Tiny Desk show and headline a national tour. Learn more and see the official rules at npr.org/tinydeskcontest.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what's being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate, like I've discovered I can do, and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Courtney Fisher Sellers from Desert Buzz Café, formerly Mostly Muffins. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Here, I'm going to put that mic a little bit closer. Don't be so shy. You'll be fine. I'll be easy on you. But so people did ask. Well, I put out messages. Who should I get on the show? Right, and you're one of the most requested people that I get told a lot, and I'm like, I'm trying. I'll get her on, and you said yes, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so born and raised in Yuma. We like to go back to.
I was born actually in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale
wasn't a thing in '76, and then we moved
like when
here.
Isn't a thing like a big deal? You're saying
it was just a small.
It was just a place.
I've seen pictures, yes, and then we moved to Yuma in 1982 when my dad bought the Dodge dealership.
Okay, and so 1982, you're over here. Was he always into like dealership stuff? Was that his thing? That's what he was doing in Scottsdale?
Yes, he actually worked at Earnhardt Ford.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember those commercials, I think.
Tex, Earnhardt.
Yeah. Wow.
He's a great guy. He's actually...
You know him?
He passed away.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But yes. That's who my dad worked for.
My childhood memories of watching those commercials, it just went through my head. It's like, oh, cool. Like, that guy's famous. I've been watching him since I was a kid. But
and that is who that guy truly was.
Really?
Yeah. He had a ranch close by where I grew up. And, he did ride the bull and had,
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So here in Yuma, what schools do you go to?
I went to Palmcroft first, then Raleigh, then Gila Vista, and then Kofa.
Oh, Gila Vista. That's what's up. I went to Gila Vista, too. That's awesome.
That was my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Those people.
But when you were young, were you thinking like muffins? I'm going to do muffins one day. Like you're just having like dreams of like you'd be with the Easy Bake Oven when you're a little kid, or
no?
Okay, cool. I didn't think so.
Anyone listening or watching would laugh if I tried to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So what was it when you were younger? What did you want to do? Think high school.
I always wanted to do something with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
And what you do now, and we're going to get into it, you do stuff with animals, but so it was always animals.
Yes, it wasn't the car business.
Can you get a little closer?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I get far away.
Yeah.
It wasn't the car business. and helping people and helping animals. It's always in my heart.
Mm-hmm. So then, did you want to be like a veterinarian or just a volunteer? Did you volunteer at the shelters?
No, I had horses. I had animals growing up. And I don't really know that I ever knew what I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of,
So okay, before Mostly Muffins, what were you doing?
Besides being a mom of 4, I was actually in the nursing program here at AWC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So then that kind of became on your radar. So I'm going to be in the nursing program, and you wanted to like do what part? Like take care of people, obviously, as well?
Yeah, that's what I was headed for. And then I actually had a little setback. I had back surgery and got an infection, and so I had to stop the nursing program. And kind of went into a depression after that, not knowing what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, Mostly Muffins.
So a couple months later. Okay, so I know the story, but the people want to know. So how'd that happen? Because Mostly Muffins was around for a while.
Forever, yes. Yeah. It was my daily stop with my kids. And my daughter Lexi at the time, it is a funny story. It's a good story. But we went through the drive-through one morning, and the manager at the time knew what our order was. It was always the same. Mm-hmm. And it was early in the morning, and they didn't have our order, or like our muffin in stock. And so I was like, really? And I hear that. I've heard it now. And we pulled out through the drive-through, and my daughter Lexi told me, she said, Mom, you should buy this place.
What?
Yeah.
Just like out of the blue?
Just out of the blue. Full disclosure, I do not cook or bake. I'm not.
So it wasn't because it wasn't like, Mom, your muffins are so delicious. Right. You should buy this place.
No,
you should buy it. So this is totally random.
Totally random.
Yeah.
And like I had gone back to work at the time for my brother at the dealerships in the internet department, and so I was like, why did she say that? Well, one of my best friends, Robin Bouquet, she was in real estate at the time too, and I called her and said, hey, do you know if this is even a possibility? To make a very long story short, 30 days later, I owned Mostly Muffins.
Wow.
So, okay, we don't have to make it too short. But hold on. So then you call Robin, and then Robin says what? Like, yeah, actually it's on the market, or was there had to be a negotiation? Or
Robin did look into it. It actually had been listed on the market.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure Robin was our county recorder at the time also still. And so I don't think Robin's ever told me no to anything I wanted to do. So I asked her if she would want to do it, with me. And so we started together.
Oh, okay.
We started it, I think she was really a huge part of making that decision with me. And so, that's
so 30 days later.
30 days later.
After, and then your daughter says, you should buy this. You're like, I'm going to do it. You do it. What was it like the first month, the first few days in there? You're not a baker. Obviously, you have to have somebody in there, a cook or a baker or whatever they're called, right? And then people, what was that like? Getting used to everything?
It was very interesting. Very well. I think there was 5 employees when I bought the place.
That's it.
And we now have 25. So, everyone that was there we kept, and. There was just so many. I mean, that was 13 years ago. So it was a lot of 24 hours would go by of cleaning, and we remodeled and everything the first time within a couple weeks of.
Okay.
And that was April. So by Memorial Weekend, I remember Memorial Weekend was our big going in and ripping out and remodeling really fast, kind of like.
So and you said like 24 hours or stuff. The baking has to start in the night, right? Or the sun's not up. What time does the baking start?
So actually, that's still what we're doing. When we close at 3, my first set of bakers go in and they make all the batters for the next day.
And
that's something we've kept doing with the new the transition and stuff too. So there's someone in that building 24 hours.
24 hours.
Wow.
Somebody's in there making sure the whole process goes through. And so you're in there. And was it like a success right away? What was it like when you transitioned?
It wasn't. It was a big challenge. There was a lot of things that needed to be figured out, and especially for me, not having a clue. Not even the restaurant. I knew nothing about a restaurant either, not just the baking part.
This is crazy. It's so interesting, right? It's like it speaks to your tenacity, right? To go in there.
I was ask if you had any experience like in the restaurant business and like running a restaurant before you went in.
No.
Oh my gosh. Are any of the original 5 still there?
Yes, my manager that's still with me, Jessica, is still there today.
Oh, shout out Jessica.
Yeah, huge shout out. It makes me emotional because we've been through a lot together.
So you're seeing the challenges. It's obviously one of your favorite places. You said you would go there all the time. And then what was it like to start tackling some of those challenges early on?
I think the part that made it easy to get it back, I wanted to get it back to what it was when I was younger.
Oh, gotcha.
And so initially getting involved, like in contact with Linda Cook, who, is the original owner of Mostly Muffins, I helped make that happen again, to go back to, some of the original ingredients and just, it happened over a course of time, but you could see it happen.
Yeah, and then so you notice like something changed, and then becomes like a more popular place because you have the drive-through, which I'm sure a lot of the moms taking kids to school like you that we appreciate. You can go through a drive-through, get your coffee, get your muffins, and maybe get a little burrito or breakfast sandwich for the kids, shut them up, and then get them to school. So
yeah. For me, it was a bribe. I used to always tell my kids, if you get up early enough, we'll go to Mostly Muffins with you. And yeah, I jokingly tell like people I know, be careful what you say, because if you say it's your favorite place, you might own it someday. I don't know.
So you own it. You're getting over the challenges, and then now it's Desert Buzz, and so we're going to get to that on the other side of the break, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the animals. You're still passionate about that. You're still doing stuff with animals, and then also mental health is a big deal for you. We're going to talk about some of those things on the other side of a break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny with the high near 86 and a north wind around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 55. Sunny in Flagstaff with a high near 61 and winds that could gust as high as 18 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 24. Sunny in Kingman with a high near 72. Partly cloudy this evening with a low around 48. And in Prescott, sunny with a high near 69 and winds that could gust as high as 16 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 38.
The Southwest Ag Summit takes place February 17th through the 19th at Arizona Western College. The summit brings together growers and industry leaders from across the desert Southwest for presentations on irrigation, produce safety, and emerging agricultural technologies. More at yumafreshveg.com.
KOFA Border Radio doesn't sound like any other radio station in Yuma. We are a non-commercial source for music from around the world, across the decades and local artists. Our hosts are volunteers. If you would like to get involved, send an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with Courtney Fisher Sellers, and we found out the key to success at Mostly Muffins is bribing kids on the way to school, and you'll be successful if you got a drive-through in muffins. But one of the things you're real passionate about, and you kind of mentioned, is animals. And you said you had horses growing up, and then that's when you learn your compassion for animals?
Yeah, since I was, I think, probably 2, we had horses, dogs, goats, cats, all the things, all the farm animals. And I've always just used them. I think for me, they were like an escape. I could take off on a horse. I could take care of a horse. I could take care of a dog. I still can do those things. And I just have nothing but love.
So you're passionate about that. So how did that play out? We were talking off air that you were on the board for the Humane Society for a while. So how do some of those things play out in actuality?
For me, it's knowing that things are actually getting done to take care of animals. And I was able to see that firsthand, knowing, that what they tell you is going on truly is. And I, at the time, I was kind of, short on time, I guess. I had less time to be there, and but being there made me feel really good inside, and knowing things were really getting done.
Yeah, and so you do that, but then also you mentioned Homeward Bound, which is another rescue with Megan.
Love Megan.
Yeah, and how are you involved with her and what she does?
So it's funny. We have this group chat, most recent, trying to trap a couple dogs that had been dumped and stuff. But I don't even remember when Megan first started. I think I was trying to find an animal, and she was too, and we ended up meeting like in the middle of trying to find.
So this is how you met her?
Yeah, we were both. Wow, I think it was so we were both looking, and also Casey was involved. So like the three of us ended up at the same spot trying to find this dog that people were posting. And so I've just been a supporter for her since then. Like I love what she does, and it's really hard. I know that. And I try to help out as much as I can.
You said you have this love and this passion for animals, but you see them, or I know Megan definitely does, and if you're out there rescuing them, and you see them in not good conditions, right? So how do you do that? How do you kind of just, buckle down and just not go into tears after seeing this? Because I've seen some of the pictures she puts up, and it could be pretty brutal with some of these animals that people just toss.
I think Megan's a lot stronger than I am there. Well, like I shared with you when we were off air this morning, one of the cats we've been taking care of at Desert Buzz got hit right by Desert Buzz. And even though I don't even have a relationship or know this cat or anything other than feeding him and stuff, it broke my heart. So I struggle with letting my emotions get in when I do see people not taking care of their animals or abusing them and stuff. I always say, if you want to see me get upset, it'll be an animal or a kid that will do it to me.
Well, they're helpless and voiceless. We are their voices, so we have to stand up for them where we can.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
But then I just transition a little bit, because you mentioned animals and children, but you also were helping out a homeless man for a little while as well, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, Tom and Cranky. Actually, have
Cranky
you
the
guys?
dog?
Yes. Have you seen? He's living his best life in Prescott right now.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll have to get on social media and look at him. And I actually met Tom and Cranky, I think 6-7 years ago, and it was Cranky that drew me to Tom, because I saw him and he looked like Benji, the dog.
I'm guessing Cranky is the dog, right?
Yes,
For sure.
yes.
No, he's the man.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But
yeah. So that was, and that's where I was drawn to him, was Cranky. And then I have a friendship with Tom. And so, but now, and that's hard, because we tried over the summer we tried for 6 months and put them in a hotel, and the community, we, gave money, and he didn't want that. And so it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. We're the animal, because like you said, we're their voice.
So you're passionate about the animal, and then you see that, and then so you're trying to help the man that owns the animal, right? And then that's one thing I have noticed. Like I used to take walks down by the river and talk to a lot of the people living down there. And some of them just don't want help. One guy was like totally honest. Like, is like, I had money in the bank. If I wanted to, I could go get the money out. I choose this, and that's what I'm going to do. And every first of the month, he would go up and get like his welfare check, and then go back to living down there. So you had to face some of that, huh?
Yeah, it's really hard. Zarmane and myself, we took Tom. She took him multiple times to try to get his, Social Security, all these things, and we told him this could be your way out. This could be, and he didn't want it.
He didn't want it.
Health thing.
Yeah, and it's he's a great guy and full of so much knowledge and history and stuff, and so. So
then you said so that you could find where the dog's at, Cranky's at now in Prescott, or?
Yeah. So Tom, actually, I ended up in jail for a little while, and the Humane Society, Annette and them were amazing. They took Cranky in and sheltered him the whole time. And then it had been about 90 days. And so he's at an Old Souls Rescue up in Prescott. And if you look, it's like they gave him a bath. He was getting a massage the other day. It was like different dog. You can't put a price tag on that when you see. And I have a friend on my Facebook who commented, and she said that she saw Tom the other day, and he had mentioned he couldn't give Cranky the life that he deserved. And they had been together since Cranky was a puppy.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that stuff's hard. I don't do well at separating, like, the emotion that I get from stuff like that. I'm not tough like that.
Yeah, no, but you're definitely tough because you've persevered in business. And so now we're going to get to the point where Desert Buzz is all the buzz. That's the new thing. You're transitioning. How has that been going?
It's good. It's good. It's been great. We're really busy on the weekends, so our customers, especially our regulars, I think they're not used to waiting more than like 10 minutes for things, and now they're having to wait closer to 15 to 20 minutes, and so stuff like that. But it's been a good transition.
And so tell us a little bit about it, like new recipes, some different options. What is the vision behind Desert Buzz?
All new recipes for our bakery. We have a couple, I think it varies, 3 to 4 different new muffins a day, but we have a lot more pastries, a lot more baked goods. We expanded our menu. We added a weekend menu. It's called Local Favorites, or inspired by local. So we have Mexican food on the weekends. And yeah, I mean, the vision for me is centered around community always, and kindness first. And that was the biggest thing moving forward. I didn't want to lose any of I want people to know it's a place they can come. They're safe there. All are welcome there. And we'll always give back to the community as long as we can.
Yeah, and that speaks to who you are. And you put that into your vision and also in the product. So I have a question, though. I just want to know, because my mom has been every time she comes to town, she has to go there, right? She's one of those that every time. But then when I said it's not mostly muffins anymore, it's Desert Buzz, she's like, what about my favorite muffin? So what about when somebody comes in and says, where's my favorite muffin? How has that been going?
Actually, not. It's been okay.
Cool.
I don't feel that, and people could probably maybe just not voice their opinion to me.
I'm not seeing anything on rants and raves.
And
that's why I asked. Like, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything crazy.
Yeah,
so
everyone's been so supportive.
They've been supportive.
Yeah.
So you're putting it out. It's coming back to you. Law of attraction, Eckhart Tolle, all this good stuff. It's happening. So you're seeing that right away. I was just wondering because I haven't seen anything like that. Like, oh, my muffins go. I have seen people say, what happened to mostly muffins, right? They'll go on the What's Up and Happening in Yuma or whatever, these different groups. But so they come in and now they get to try something new.
Yeah, and I think that was the one thing when we were all muffins in there, we would try different pastries here and there, and no one would take them. They just, because people come in, like myself, every day, chocolate chip muffin, like this is what I want. So we would offer other things and, they wouldn't. But now, ironically, our bakery has gone to the top of our sales, where before we had quite a few other items that were at the top of the sales. So it's interesting.
So what do you offer now?
Like as far as our bakery stuff goes, We have lemon loaf, coffee loaf, banana nut loaf, and then we do have a chocolate chip muffin. We have a vanilla cream. This Mike and I
it's
are
all good. You're good. Cool.
We have a vanilla cream, a raspberry white chocolate, and we have chocolate.
You're making Emily hungry over here.
Do you
Look
have
at
any
that.
gluten-free options?
We do. We have gluten-free on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
All right.
Yes.
Hump day, we're going to Desert Buzz Café.
Yes. And they're good because I actually really like the gluten-free, and I'm super picky. So then we have our chocolate chip cookie, a sugar cookie, and then we have had one local baker come in when we first reopened, and that's kind of my goal, to get like weekly in their local bakers, to give them a little section.
Yeah, a little vendor shout out.
Yeah.
That's very
It's
cool.
just taking me a while because I'm so far behind on.
Well, it's just barely happening right now. You're just in the beginning of it, and so we're gonna have to go. Tell everybody where to find you on Facebook, Instagram, website, whatever.
Desert Buzz Cafe. It's the same on all platforms.
Just go out there and search it, and then let everybody know where you're located if they don't know.
Avenue B and 16th Street, right by Chevron.
All right, and if you need to bribe kids, you still have that drive-thru open, right?
Drive-thru's
Just
open.
you'll go through on the way to school, bribe them, and say, hey, you're going to get this if you do good. So thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. And with that, it's time for me to read this stuff. What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek. You can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. Stay tuned for the following program, KOFA's Midday Music. And on tomorrow's program, we're going to have Aaron Ruiz and Alyssa Plaza. So stay tuned for that. And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio. Yes, I got it all done. Cool. Thank you again, Courtney. You're awesome.
You.
And we got goodies right here. And I think I got a breakfast burrito out there. I'm going to go jump. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You ready? You're going to go do it?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Thanks for listening to KOFA Yuma, whether it is on the radio at 94.7 FM or 1320 AM, or on your smartphone with the KOFA app, or on your computer at kawc.org. We are glad you have chosen us.
Caballeros de Yuma presents Midnight at the Oasis, March 6th through the 8th at Desert Sun Stadium. Yuma's signature celebration of classic cars, the event features vintage and custom vehicles, live rock and roll concerts, food vendors, and family activities. Proceeds support local programs and scholarships. More at caballeros.org.
BBC News, I'm Linda Hart.